Greetings, Scorpio and Scorpio rising. This is your Western forecast for 2024. This year is a major transitional year for the world because the three outer planets, Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, are changing signs. But it's moving into a better direction, and we get a foothold of this new paradigm shift in 2025. 2024 is the transition. I'll get more into that later. But to bring it down to the individual, to your own personal lives, I look to Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter brings the promise, the growth, the opportunities. Saturn is where we have to do the work. Saturn is where we need to be grounded, realistic, and take accountability. Saturn can also bring up our fears and our resistance, but the point is to point it out, to work through it. And maybe not the first cycle of Saturn, it's every 29 and a half years, but through our journey of life, of maturing, we eventually face our fears and we grow and mature. That's Saturn's lessons. Now, Jupiter brings all this opportunity and growth, and Jupiter goes through all 12 signs every 12 years. Jupiter is now in Taurus, transiting your 7th house of marriage and partnerships and contracts. Jupiter went into Taurus in your 7th of relationships or contracts in May of 2023. It will be there the first 5 months of 2024. May 2024, Jupiter leaves Taurus and goes into Gemini, into your 8th house. The 8th house on one level deals with your financial responsibilities, credit, taxes, insurance. But Jupiter brings protection and luck. Saturn went into Pisces back in March of 2023, once every 29 and a half years. And it's there until February 2026. We got 2 more years of Saturn, taskmaster, reality Saturn, in Pisces. Pisces is a water sign, compatible with Scorpio, a water sign, and Pisces is 5 signs past Scorpio. So for many Scorpios, Scorpio rising, that focus, responsible, organized Saturn is in harmony with Scorpio. So it's able to face your fears, push through, do the work, but it's all focused on the 5th house. The 5th house is the sector of children. Maybe it's the time to take on more responsibilities or a commitment with having children. The 5th house is creative projects. You could be giving birth to a child, or you could be giving birth to a creative project. The 5th house could also be with the entertainment, creative world, where the Saturn could be where you're really serious and focused to accomplish. That 5th house also deals with, like with children, fun and games, playfulness. So maybe it's time to learn how to have more play in your life. But the 5th house could also be dealing with sports. That's a multi-billion-dollar business. And I'm sure somebody is professional in the sports world listening to these videos. And the Scorpio, the Saturn in the 5th house of sports from Scorpio, that could be where you're really focused and disciplined to achieve your goals. The 5th house in business deals with gambling, speculation, investing. But it's in harmony with Scorpio. The Saturn will just mean that you are being more cautious, more conservative, doing more of your due diligence So you're not just on a whim, spending, investing all this money without really doing your homework. So that's the Saturn in the 5th. But with Jupiter in the 7th, the first 5 months, so you've had it the last half of 2023, so you got some clues with Jupiter in the 7th. But right now, with Jupiter in the 7th, which could be marriage, partnerships, and Saturn in the 5th, that could be children, but also creative, that Jupiter could be bringing in partnerships, contract offers, but that could be, let's say, Jupiter in the 7th of marriage, and maybe the marriage is coming because of a child being born, or it could be a creative opportunity that the Jupiter brings the offer, or the contract, the partnership. Now, Uranus is the first of the 3 outer planets, life-altering planets. Uranus is revolutionary in nature, but it's very progressive, it's very innovative, has a lot to do with technology and science. And it can also be quite rebellious energy, breaking out of the old, bringing in the new. Uranus is in Taurus, an 84-year cycle through all the signs. Uranus went into Taurus in 2018 until July of 2025. But Uranus in Taurus was joining Jupiter in Taurus in your 7th house. That could be these unexpected opportunities for contracts, for marriage, for partnerships. But I'm bringing it up because Jupiter is a 12-year cycle. So about every 13 years, as Jupiter goes through all the 12 signs, it catches up to Uranus. So we have a Jupiter-Uranus conjunction every 13 years. Every 13 years, it's in a different sign. And this year, it's in Taurus. And for Scorpios and Scorpio rising people, this breakthrough, unexpected windfall of energies is in your 7th house of marriage, of partnerships, of contracts. This could be a really dramatic, exciting contract offer. Could even be a marriage proposal or the marriage itself. It could also, the 7th house of partnerships could also mean your customer base. And something could happen and you get a lot of press, or a video goes viral through all your marketing in business, and now your customer base just explodes. That's a real possibility. So this April 2024 could be this unexpected, exciting opportunities through others, through contracts, through personal relationships. It could also mean that your significant other, your spouse, that's also the 7th house, could come into some unexpected good luck, a windfall of money. Now back to Jupiter, leaves Taurus, leaves your 7th house, and goes into Gemini, into your 8th house, May the 25th, 2024, till June of 2025. So now, every 12 years, Jupiter's in the 8th. Jupiter brings on all that expansiveness and luck. The 8th house can be dealing with financial matters, from taxes and insurance, that Jupiter would be bringing more luck and growth. It could be dealing with mortgages or credit, that Jupiter could bring in advancement. The 8th house deals with financial settlements, inheritance. That could really start to open up for you quite a bit, some really good luck with financial gifts. but also that could be a financial contract offer is coming in with Jupiter in your 8th. Now, but Jupiter in Gemini, Gemini is in a hard angle to Pisces. So it's called the square. Jupiter to Saturn squares once every 7 years, and it's going to happen in August. But it's only happening once, and the Jupiter is trying to expand. It's in the 8th house of financial negotiations, windfalls of money, but then it hits Saturn, and the Saturn's in the 5th. That could be with investments, with any kind of gambling or speculation of Saturn in the 5th, that you could be feeling more blocked and frustrated financially, but that's only in August. I certainly wouldn't want to be investing in August or negotiating a major financial contract in August, but it's only lasting for the month. The other big theme to explore are the karmic nodes. The North Node and the South Node. The North Node is pulling us into our future, a sense of destiny. And in some ways, it's bigger than your ego. This is why it's called karmic or a sense of destiny, because it's this energy that is pulling all of us in a certain direction, which has more to do, it's bigger than our ego desires. The karmic north nodes go through all the signs every 18 and a half years. In July of 2023, the karmic north node entered Aries, fiery, independent Aries, till January 2025. So all of 2024, you've already gotten a preview, the last 6 months of 2023. The karmic north node, which is this compulsive, obsessive, pulling us into, with Aries, into your 6th house, because Aries is 6 signs past Scorpio. That's your job. That could even seem like the karmic destiny job is trying to come through. Or it's your time to quit your job and open up your own business. The 6th house can also be dealing with body maintenance. But this could be with that karmic north node. Maybe you're getting more into alternative, holistic health regimen. The South Node is always transiting opposite the North Node. The South Node is what you need to let go or detach from or kind of reorganize so you can give more focus, more energy towards the North Node, which is your 6th house of work. And the South Node is in your 12th. The 12th could be bringing up a lot of fear. It's the 12th house of the unconscious, of what's hidden. And maybe this is, for some of you, this is about letting go of those fears, facing it, and really going towards the 6th house. That could definitely mean, for some of you, starting your own business. But going through all this anxiety and fear of what if it's not going to work out. So that is this 2024 cycle of the nodes. But where it's pulling you towards is the 6th house of a better health regimen, but some really major advancements with your job or starting your own business. Now, 2024 is this major transitional year because the 3 outer planets are changing signs. So Uranus has been in Taurus, but since 2018, but it's going into Gemini in July of 2025. So revolutionary advancing Uranus is in Taurus for the last year this year. Neptune has moved up to the last degree of Pisces this year, will retrograde, stop, move forwards, and finally leave Pisces and enter Aries the end of April 2025. Neptune went into Pisces in 2012 until April 2025. And Neptune has been transiting in Pisces, the fifth house, where Saturn is now in the fifth house. The Neptune can certainly bring in this uncertainty, this avoidance, this being kind of escapist fantasy. That could be the Neptune. With the Saturn, realistic Saturn, also joining Neptune, it's now time to face your fears, clear the air, make the commitment, and really go for the fifth house matters, which could be having children or really going after a major creative career. Now, the Pluto is going from Capricorn to Aquarius. Transformational Pluto went into Capricorn in 2008. In the end of March 2023, it left Capricorn and went into Aquarius into early June 2023. Then it retrograded back into Capricorn. Make sure you learned all the lessons of Capricorn. The first 5 months of 2024, Pluto's back into Aquarius. But it's not done with Capricorn yet, because in June into the beginning of November, it's back into Capricorn one last time. Kind of like crossing the T's, dotting the I's, do all the fine tuning before moving into Aquarius for the next 20 years. Now, with, first of all, Capricorn is government, economics, the old system, the old guard. And Pluto has been breaking all that down on transforming it, giving us previews earlier in 2023, this first half of 2024, of the Pluto moving into Aquarius. Aquarius is 4 signs past Scorpio. So there could be these major life changes, that's the Pluto, within your family, within your living situation, and maybe in a real positive, you're going from finally renting to owning. But that Pluto in Aquarius will be there for nearly 20 years. Now here's the good news. Uranus goes into Gemini, an air sign, joining in harmony with Pluto in Aquarius, an air sign. So transformational, powerful Pluto will be in harmony with innovative, progressive Uranus. Then we have Neptune at the end of April 2025, moving into Aries. Aries is a fire sign. Fire heats up the air so it can expand with new ideas, more freedoms. The air is the fuel, the oxygen, to keep the fire burning of inspirational Neptune. So the 3 outer planets are changing signs. So there's a big energy shift, but they're going to be in harmony with each other. And one of the reasons why that's significant in itself, but why this is also life-changing and I'm really hopeful, is the world's in a lot of chaos right now. No kidding. But the last time Pluto was changing signs was 243 years ago. It was when the French and the American revolutions were roaring, and then that Pluto was moving into Aquarius. Aquarius represents personal freedoms and democracy. And the whole point of these revolutions were fighting against autocratic kings so we could have our own personal freedoms. And as the dust settled 243 years ago, we had the grand new experiment of democracy. It was also the very beginnings of developing a middle class. And now, out of all that chaos, came all that advancement for mankind. And now, that was 243 years ago. Here we are again. And there's so much chaos. But as history repeats itself, I think this is resetting a strong desire from the masses that it's important to fight for personal freedoms and democracy, and that Pluto will be back into Aquarius by the end of November 2024. It will be there for nearly 20 years. So it's not going to be happening overnight, but with the 3 outer planets all in harmony and Pluto moving into Aquarius, I do think the future is very favorable and optimistic. I want to thank you for watching. If you like information on how to book an astrology reading or to sign up for my 2-question offer, visit my website at gardino.go. That's .co. Until next year, be safe and well.